foremost, we give all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash.
the go on to her possibly open that we will. So we want to all the folks in the house. We want to see them faithful. Continue to fight that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we'll find that number to be delivered. But until then, we'll keep on coming out, pushing and pushing, man. Right, so we're just gonna go through the spirit, however it goes, however it may have, peace up, whether we'll have testimonies. Y'all know how we roll, you know. We're just gonna try to, please y'all about some out shot. Right? Anybody got anything off the top?
I got something real quick. Ezekiel 3 verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right. And this is exactly what we've been doing for the last, several years now. Giving the people warning. Why is that? Because this is what we've been commanded to do. And what warnings are you receiving about, the upcoming calamities, primarily at the time of Jacob's trouble? That's one of the best warnings you can probably receive, as well as the MOTB. That's another warning that you need to take heed to, because that's going to be one that's going to ultimately be life or death for you, right? Now, the Lord can do very many various things. You can be in the midst of, your enemy. He may be about to club you over the head, but the Lord can deliver you out of it. But as concerning the MOTB, you take that, that's a wrap, man. That's a wrap, right? So hear the word at the servant's mouth that the warning is now being given unto you. Because time is now short and time is starting to speed up. Isn't it not written that the least of the flock's going to draw them out? Look what's happening in the world today, right? And we're pleasantly pleased at the timeline that the Lord has given us, man. Because we know it's just a matter of time before all hell truly breaks loose with the Third World War. And once that Third World War takes place, that's a wrap. We out of here. All right? Give me, since you brought that out, give me, damn, it's tip of my tongue, I lost my train of thought. Give them one for me. Damn.
Sorry. Continue on that same chapter.
Ezekiel, let me finish off.
Ezekiel 3 verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
Right, now that's not talking about the other nations, man. That's talking about Israel, all right? Because the children of Israel, whom this word is sent out to. You got wicked Israelites out there all throughout the world, man. But again, we're washing your hands, we're washing your blood off our hands by giving you these warnings. Whether you take heed of them or not, it don't matter to us. We've done what we were supposed to do. All right, go ahead.
To save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
You're going to die in your iniquity. Whatever you got going on over here, that you choose to refuse to hear the word of the Lord, whatever you're doing, you're going to die in your iniquity. Go ahead.
This is Romans 3:3.
Go ahead.
Back up what you said.
Go ahead.
For what if some did not believe you?
Right, and we have a lot of non-believers out here, man. Okay? Time is coming when you people are going to start really seeing these prophecies unfolding. Shalom. The time is coming when you're going to start seeing these prophecies unfolding as you're seeing them. Okay? Everything that's going on over there in the east, right? That's prophesied. That's written in the scripts. That's prophesied. All right? So it's just slowly but surely coming to pass now. Things are starting to happen now. All right? So if you don't believe our report, it don't matter to us. Because whether you believe or not, it's not going to stop the prophecy. The prophecies are always going to maintain, man. The Lord said, my word will never go out void. So therefore, what you're seeing over there is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay? They're giving all kinds of dates. We're going to let the people start flying again, and on this date, we're doing this on that date. This is going to be the end of it, man. This is the start of the end. Go ahead.
It says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome with our judge.
Right, we're justified in our sayings because we're speaking the word of the Lord. That's why it says, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. Now, if you're just coming off on a rip saying, yeah, this war is not going to be the war that's going to end all wars. There's never going to be an ending to these wars. There's never going to be a true nationality of people that's going to be in position to rule internally. Then we'd be liars, man. All right? But the stage has already been set. Everything's in order. Now we just go watch it all play out as the Lord commanded to play out. All right, go ahead.
It's Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war, of evil, and of pestilence.
Right, and you think this is something new? This is nothing new, man. Just like Jeremiah said. The prophets that have been before him did the same thing. And the prophets that have been before us have done the same thing. And we are doing the same thing. So this is nothing new. Right? We've been put right back in the lot that the Lord has set us up to be in. Prophesying the downfall of kingdoms, kings, countries, and nations, and powers, power structures. Alright? We're pleased to do these things. Without hesitation, we come out here and do it. Give it our all as we're doing it, man. Okay? So don't get it twisted. Don't think we out here just to, make videos and to get views and get clicks. At the end of the day, we don't give a damn if anybody watches, man. As long as we're pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahushua by doing what we were commanded to do, which is a reasonable service. That's all that matters to us, because He is going to be the one that's going to deliver us from the said destruction that we talked about. All right, let's go.
Isaiah 34:1, it says, come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein. It says, the world and all things that come forth of it.
Right.
It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations,
Right.
and his fury upon all their armies.
Right.
And he had utterly destroyed them, and he had delivered them to the slaughter.
That was a scripture I was thinking of to go along with what we read before that, about warning the people and listen and giving this word to all nations, man. We coming out to let everybody know. All right. This word is going out throughout the four corners of the world, even as we speak, by going live. So we're not biting our tongue and holding back for anybody. We out here doing what we need to do, man, to make our calling and election sure. Who the hell wants to die with these devils who corrupted the whole world, who's poisoned the whole world, who's polluted the whole world? Who wants to die with someone like that, man? So we come out here and give that diligence to make our calling and election sure. So when the Lord does swing low to bring us up out of here, we'll have a safe seat to be in, man, when the time comes, man. Right? Go ahead.
This is Matthew 10 and verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light.
Right, there's nothing that's hidden, man. And I don't give a damn what it is. Everything comes to light. Your position in this kingdom, what you profess yourself to be in this kingdom, everything comes to light in the long run. Go ahead.
You saw that verse 26. It says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known.
Right, sometimes, and just to sidestep a little bit, sometimes you don't even intend shit to come out. You don't intend shit to come out because it's the working of the Lord. It comes out anyway. These things become revealed to us anyway. So there's nothing secret that's not going to be revealed, man. And the Lord has given us the ability to understand this and speak about this. Because when a subject matter comes up, right, brothers may not speak about it all collaboratively at one time or at the same time. Brothers may go about their business throughout the week, and then when we come together, brother, yeah, we were just talking about that. Another brother may say, yeah, we're just talking the same thing. Because that's a spiritual connection right there. That's a spiritual revelation that comes to brothers when all of a sudden we all come together and speak about the same thing when we had no previous conversations amongst ourselves about that particular matter, man. So believe that as it is, the Lord brings everything to light. Go ahead.
Verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light.
Yep.
And what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetop.
Right, because these scriptures and these prophecies are darkness to people. These prophecies are pure darkness to people. The elder and I were talking earlier. He knew a guy that he used to run with years ago. Every now and then he catches up with him, and all of a sudden the dude called the elder, talking about, yeah, the prophecies are coming to pass, aren't they? See? So the Lord has given us that ability to understand these things, man, and speak about these things and bring them out. And this is why a lot of people are now starting to wake up to the fact that, wow, what you men have been saying is correct. But we ain't saying it under our own accord. It's all through the Spirit of the Lord.
It said that let God be true and every man a liar, so that you can be found blameless.
That's right.
Right? That's the point. We don't come out here, even in our travel to here. It's not of our own volition. The Spirit of the Lord is upon us as a gift to allow us to come out here and teach this word. When we teach the word, it's not something that we do when we rehearse, we look in the mirror and get the hands in the proper placement. It's all of the Spirit of the Lord that these things come out. We never know what we're going to talk about, right? We have a classroom setting before we come out, and we sit and we chat with each other, we talk through things. When we come out here, but we never know what exactly we're going to get into. It's all the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that is bestowed upon us. We are fortunate enough and blessed enough that the grace of the Lord has been shining upon us to hear this word. And we teach it as such. And that's why people can come and say, hey, those things you said, man, back in 08, 09 when you was kicking that to me, you were right. The reason why they can say that is because we didn't say it of our own hearts. We didn't say it of our own minds. We said it through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's why those things stand.
This is Ecclesiastes 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy.
Right, be occupied in prophecy. Because really, let's go to, we always read this, Matthew the 24th chapter. And then somebody get Revelation 19 and 10. Somebody get that? Revelation 19. Let's go to Revelation 1.
I got it. Revelation 19 and 10. It says, Revelation 19 and 10, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High power, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
Right, the testimony is the spirit of prophecy, right? So when we come out here and we're prophesying, that is us expressing the testimony of the Lord, Yahushua, right? So that's what we're supposed to be occupied with. Prophecy. What's give me that in I think it's 2 Peter 22. What manner of first? Yeah. Go ahead, keep reading that.
All right, verse 2, Ecclesiastes 39 and 2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Right. Where subtle parables are, right? Because you gotta figure out these things. You gotta meditate on them. It says in Romans, I think the 10th chapter, it talks about how you need a preacher. Right. Once that preacher teaches you things, right, then you have to allow yourself to sit with them. Just like the scriptures use the analogy of eating meat, right? When you eat meat, you can't just put it in your mouth and swallow it. You got to put it in your mouth, right? So you take your food to break that down at least 20 to 30 seconds before it's broken down enough for you to swallow it, right? And it's the same thing. Wherever those dark sayings are, you got to sit with them, right? You get taught, you got to sit with them, and the Spirit is bestowed upon you. Just like when they were at Pentecost, when they were in that upper room and the tongues, the cloven tongues came, they were sitting there and they were thinking about the scriptures, they were meditating on the things, and then the Spirit came on them and then they spoke with tongues.
Add on to that, it took them a while even to get there because Yahushua mentioned, hey, listen, you're going to go here and it's going to come up on you, so they have to wait a bit.
So even in their discipleship, where they were learning from the Lord Yahushua, they didn't know everything. And then before the Lord Yahushua went up, he opened up everything. There was no more parabolic talk. He gave it to them straight. And still, there was some time where they still had to sit and had to think about, okay, the Lord done died now. I had to digest all those things, right? So you have to sit with those dark things and think upon them, right? Go ahead.
It says on verse 3, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables.
Right, conversing in dark parables. Conversing means to talk, right? You be conversing in dark parables, right? And that's what we do. Like I said, we have that classroom session. And, we all are on the same page in the scriptures. So we don't talk about the scriptures all the time. But even in conversations, the things that we're talking about, they're led by the scripture. And even in the conversation, so just like the scripture says this, just like the scripture
Verse 4, he shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, where he hath tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to reserve early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins.
Make supplication for us. Really, this is what our life is basically. That's it. We think upon the dark sayings, we meditate on the scriptures, we pray, right? And that's it, man. We're not big partiers. We're not. Of course, we all have families and kids. Our lives are set in trying to figure out how to get back in good.
Kind of listen too, like, because even Yahushua, when he was amongst the people, he spoke in parables, like the scripture says. But the disciples and the apostles, they inquired and said, "What is that parable? What does it mean?" So going back and sitting down and trying to figure out what's the mystery behind it. Just by asking that one question, to give you an answer.
This is our line. And like, so when we get into the prophecy, we see those things coming to pass that the Lord gave us, right? We know that the end is near. So he said earlier, he said things are happening. Things are happening. He's absolutely, you can feel it in the spirit. You can see how the spirit is moving. Things are happening. Things are happening. It's getting closer and closer. Right? Just like we was I took my kids out yesterday. And, my daughter, she says, "We're back, Daddy. We got 2 more streets. We're almost there." We go there. So they pay attention to what the landmarks are. Circumspect. Right, the circumspect, right? And so it's the same thing with us. You know,
Hi, everybody.
we were given the landmarks, so to say. When this time will come to pass. Somebody ever get my
Matthew 25 or 32. Now, 32, 24. Now, learn the parable of the fig tree.
Yep.
When his branch is yet tender, they put it forth leaves.
Yep.
And that summer's 9.
Right, so now we're at the end of the season, right? We're at the end of the warm season, and you can see the leaves starting to change. They're turning yellow and brown and so forth and so on, right? But as the season comes back around, it's time for spring to come. Those things start to bud, and that's when you know that the warm weather is coming back, right? Keep on.
So likewise, when you shall see all these things, you know, and it is near,
Right.
even at the door.
Right, so we spoke about this when that thing happened in Israel. It said, look, the scriptures say, the least of the flock, hey, shalom, the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? And so this skirmish that's going on over there in Israel, it's not a small thing, man. It's not a small thing. Here in America, it's so, right? The commotion is not here, but it's not a small thing. It's a big part of prophecy. It's a big part of prophecy. Now, we don't, you know, we speculate on how things will play out, right? We don't know the exact details. We know certain things here and there, right? But we don't know how this thing is going to play out. But we know the landmarks, right? So you driving somewhere you ain't been in a while. Oh, I know I'm going the right way because I remember this little building right here. I remember this building. It looks a little different, but I remember it being right here. Or like that movie when I was a kid, I saw the movie Land Before Time, the dinosaur. When he was trying to find the Great Valley, he knew he was going the right way because he saw the rock of the long neck. He said, "We're going the right way," right? So those are the landmarks that the Lord has left here for us to know that look, we on our way, man. We getting closer and closer and closer. Yeah, please. And then you can go afterwards.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14.
Yep.
Wherefore he said, "Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead."
Yeah, awake thou that sleepest, right? I was telling this with a friend of mine that takes this with him. You can see that he's mentally he's going through it, driving and parking in parking lots and gyms. We used to play basketball. Gym don't even exist. It's an old But he's sitting in the parking lot just reminiscing on things and thinking through things, and he called me telling me, "Hey man, the prophecies are coming to pass, huh?" With that feeling of distress. That spiritual distress that you go through when you start hearing these things, where it gets bitter in your stomach, that's what he's feeling. He's going through that mentally, right? So it says awake. So you're going to start seeing people that you would never think would ask you or talk to you about the scriptures or prophecy, people that you've tried to speak to about the scriptures, coming to you now and saying, and they try to bring it to you like y'all was on the same page. Yeah, that nigga been over there, that Hamas. Oh, yo, man. Oh, what about the Illuminati? You talking about the Illuminati? And they want to get in, good with you because they want to see how you move. I was, talking to this other about the same friend, and he's shocked that in his words, the calmness in him, I'm not frazzled like, oh shit, what we gonna do? Where we gonna get the food from it? It's because I was just about to say Isaiah 33:6 says, "For wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times." Right. So we understand what's happening. We understand what's going on. So it happening, it's like, okay, we're moving it. But there is no sense in being frazzled because we know that all things are in the hands of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. There's nothing we can do to change the outcome of what the Heavenly Father has going on. What's that? What was that? Isaiah 55:11. So let's get that. Let's go there. I do. You can keep going while he's getting Isaiah.
Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest and arise from the dead, and Yahweh shall give thee light.
Right. So you're gonna start seeing the people wake up. Right. When the time, that's why the scriptures speak of a famine of the word. The scriptures speak of a famine of the word because the Lord is telling us that there's going to come a time in droves trying to figure out, hey, listen, brother was talking about, I didn't quite hear it last time, but you was talking about somebody had asked you a question about something second Ezra. You couldn't quite get the answer. But my thing is, don't ask me now. Don't ask me now because I give it to you. But what they're trying to do is, when they ask you those things, they're trying to find a chink in your armor so they can say, okay, well, he don't know what he's saying. All I can do. But like I said, it's not our show. It's not our show. It's the Lord's show. It's His program. It's now back to your regularly scheduled programming. This is the Lord's programming, man. We don't have nothing to do with what's going on. We are mere pawns. We are mere vessels for the word to be brought out through. We don't take credit for any of this. We don't take credit for this. We are mere vessels for this word to be brought through. Right? Keep on.
In verse 15, see then that you walk circumspectly,
right?
not as
See
fools.
then, right? As the people are waking up, right? See then that you walk circumspectly, paying attention to the things that are around you, right? See, not just we talk about the news and current events and things like that, but even the things closer to you in your personal life, seeing how those things are unfolding in your life, right?
See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil.
Right, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Evil meaning bad times. Bad times, right? The scriptures talk about in Jeremiah 30th chapter, was it 30 and 7, where it says there's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. It's not going to. These coming days are not going to be easy days. Don't take our calmness to say that it's going to be a long. It's going to be a long. The Lord is going to test us to see what manner of men we are. Right? Just like you try the wood in the stubble, the gold in the fire. Right? You try that fire to see how valuable or how strong that material is. Right? So the Lord is going to bring us to the fire, man. What is that? What's 2 and 10? Acceptable men. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 and 5. Yeah. Okay, yep. Ecclesiasticus.
Do you want
2 and
that?
5. Yeah, somebody grab that.
All right.
Yeah, please.
Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Yeah, understand what the will of the Lord is. And what's the will of the Lord? He said this. He said, wait ye upon me. My determination is to gather the nations. Right? And how is he doing that? The nations got to be gathered. Are they going to be gathered in Kumbaya? No. They're going to be gathered in war. those nations are going to be gathered in war, and they're going to fight. When you go to, I think it's Joel, the 3rd chapter, it talks about them battling in the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? So when the Lord gathers them together, they're going to gather them together to fight, so that He can plead for His people there, right? So that's the will of the Lord, and that's what you have to understand. That's His program. He wants that all nations on the earth succumb to His will. That's the will of the Father. That all nations bow to Him by way of first and foremost the Lord Yahweh Shai and the nation of Israel. We are going to be the police force of the Heavenly Father to make sure that all people, that all nations across the world follow the Heavenly Father. That His rule, just like cops do. Cops are here to make sure that the laws of the Rothschilds are being followed throughout all the world. And they have a police force in every jurisdiction. In every place, they have a police force. They have a police force in Britain, they got a police force in New Zealand, everywhere got a police force. Right.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And they all have a job to do, to enforce the rule of the elites. Shalom, brother. To enforce the rule of the elites. And our job will be the same. When it says in Isaiah the 2nd chapter that you got that? 2 and 1? Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob. And He will teach us of His ways, and we will walk in His paths.
Right. We're gonna teach the way a father teaches his child, with the rod of iron. We're gonna teach with the rod of iron. We're gonna teach with the rod of iron, man. With the rod of iron. So if those the scriptures tell you, those that were not, that I reigned before them, bring them hither and slay them before me. Right? So that's how we're gonna be teaching of the Lord's ways. Because really, there is no functional power in the law unless it's being enforced. Right? And enforce things by a police force. That's why it's called the police force. You're going to force the rest of the world to follow Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. See? So it all comes together, man. It all comes together. So we are to bow down to the will of the Father. Give me that. Go back to that where you was at. You was in Ephesians.
Ephesians 5.
Yep.
Tights going up. You want me to get that on camera? Hold on, let me hold the camera.
I just lost Ephesians chapter 5 and okay, I got it. Ephesians chapter 5. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 17, right?
14? Yeah, that's perfect.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 17. Yep. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Right, understanding what the will of the Lord is. I mean, that's our job, man. That's our job. To understand what the will of the Lord is. Because again, it's not about us. It's not about us. We can sometimes you can get beside yourself because the truth makes you feel good. It's not our program. It's not about us. You got something to use right.
Khan, just to back you up on the landmarks he was talking about. This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He said, answer me then, and say, measured out the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So again, there's no signs of it. Right? Those prophecies that are coming to pass. See? And this is how we know. This is how we know where we are by those prophecies that are coming to pass. Right? This is how we know. Like if you're a blind man, right? You're broken, right? You're broken because you're looking for certain things to know your way, right? Same thing with the prophecy. We're looking for certain things to happen. We're looking for certain things to come to pass, so that we know whereabouts we are in the time frame of the Lord's will, right? Because we get closer and closer. Ultimately, the Lord will save us. The Lord will deliver us out of here. That's what we're looking for. A prudent man foreseeth the evil.
How's the walk?
Man foreseeth the evil, man. Right? And how do you foresee the evil?
Ephraim.
As the brother said,
That's big.
the prophecy, being occupied in prophecy. That's how you foresee the evil, right? So my response to the old friend, he asked me, I said, listen, man, my mindset has been trying to prepare myself mentally to know what's going to happen. Because there is no way of trying to direct what's going to happen. There is no way to do that. So the only thing you can do is prepare yourself mentally. So whatever the Spirit guides you to do, you're ready for it. That's the only thing you can do. Just prepare yourself. Give me that in Isaiah. Talk about it. Isaiah 33.
Oh, I have.
Oh, yeah, 6, yeah.
No, oh, no, I got a free after.
Proverbs Right. Simply pass on. Right? So you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to what it is the Lord is doing, what the Lord got going on. Right?
Isaiah 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times,
Right.
and strength of salvation.
Right, and strength of salvation. So the fact that we know this is giving us this time, right? It's giving us this. It's giving us a chance to express the faith that we have. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Cry? You can't cry about it. It ain't going to change nothing, right? You're going to announce the truth. Why? You know, you ain't going to change nothing. The Lord's will is what it is. Somebody get that in Isaiah 55. The Lord's will is what it is. So no matter what it is we do, right? These things are going to happen. What's happening is not incumbent on our behavior. The Lord is, or on our feelings. The Lord is going to do what He got to do. The Lord is going to do what He got to do.
Scripture speaks about it's going to be great death, great mourning, man. You can't do nothing to stop that, right? You can't do anything to stop that. And we may be subject of that great death and great mourning being a part of our family, so that we may know closely. No, the thing is, having the wisdom and knowledge that's going to be stable in the stability of the times is what's going to get you through this thing, huh?
Can I get this real quick, if I may? This is Isaiah 45:9. Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall that clay say to him that fashioned him, what makest thou, or thy work? He hath no hands.
Read it again from the top.
Con. You want Isaiah 45 and 9.
Where you started.
Con. It says, woe unto him that striveth with his maker.
Right, that striving with His maker. So what you gonna do? Nah, Lord. Nah, Lord, it ain't time yet. I got things to do. My man, he said, I just had a baby, and hey, look, man, hey, you should have wore a condom. Right. You know, because you can't stop the Lord's program, man. The Lord. I did a show on this years and years ago, man, about the Lord having a schedule. The Lord is He's on a schedule. He got time for certain nations to rule. He got time for certain things to happen, right? So he's on a time restraint. I ain't got no time to be worried about one little guy who had a baby. Who gives a shit?
Right, so much so, he said he's going to shorten that time.
That's it.
He's going to be moving much faster.
That's it.
Just when you think you're going to have time to, have the baby and pick the crib, buy the house and get the yard.
Yeah.
Shit.
Listen, man.
Run.
And so a week is still 7 days. But I'm telling you, man, 7 days feeling a lot like 3 these days.
4.5, right? Weekend.
Yeah, like, 'cause sometimes we'll come out here and we'll say yesterday, we talking about last time we was at camp. And that's 7 days. Because it feels like that. Sometimes you'll be at work. You're like, damn, it's already Thursday. It's lunchtime already. Then by the time you finish with your lunch, it's time to go home. Like, God damn, I feel like I just got to work.
And then at home, you're like, damn, it's about to be tomorrow.
Yeah. Time, man. It's just fine, man. I remember when I first got into the workforce, this is obviously before I got into the truth, I used to say, damn, it's only Tuesday. Damn, it's only Tuesday. But now it's like, damn, it's fucking Thursday already. The week is almost over. The scriptures say that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. And Apostle Dahar, he's the one that helped me to understand that. Not personally, but as he was speaking, the plowman overtaking the reaper, meaning that he's gonna lap him. He's gonna lap him, meaning that things are speeding up, man. Right? Things are going faster. Things are going faster. 7 days feels like 3 days. 3 days feels like 1 day, right? And the reason why that's happening, like the elder said, he said that he was shortening the time. So you think shortening the time, that means only 8 hours to 2. No, it's still the same amount of time. The Lord is just making it go faster. Look, the Lord, this is why it's important to heed to the stories of the scriptures, because the Lord stopped the sun in the middle of the day so that Israel could kick somebody's ass, man. That's what Israel could. He said he's gonna whoop their ass all day. He meant all day. So much so he kept that sun up there and made the day longer.
It ain't over yet.
Right, yeah, right. They know they was getting their ass up like, God damn, man. It ain't time to take a break. God damn, this shit is fighting. You know how this shit go when you really into something, how fast the day goes by. But then you damn, the fucking sun is from the same spot. God damn. They are kicking our ass right now. You imagine, man. In the fighting ring with Mike Tyson. You in the ring, you fighting Mike Tyson. And motherfucking, it's only round 2? God, that's why a lot of you watch them highlights from the Tyson fights, a lot of them dudes were just falling. They was done. They was done. I can't take no more of this punishment, man. So you see, again, I'm getting sidetracked here, but the Lord is on a time schedule, man.
Let me say this too, though. In all seriousness, even when these troubles sometimes come, even at night, you're gonna pray for the sun to come up on you. The nights are gonna drag because there's gonna be so much turmoil out there. You ain't gonna know which way to go. You ain't gonna know which way to breathe. So that sun come up, you're gonna feel a little more comfortable because now you can see something. So it's gonna be bad all the way around. Some people are gonna be like, I can't wait till the night comes so I can move and go from location to location. Some people are like, I can't wait till the daytime so I can move to go from location to location. So it's gonna be a double-edged sword no matter how you slice it.
You notice in that movie, The Purge, it's always at night. It's always at night, right? Because it gives you that feeling. These directors know what they're doing, man. They give you that feeling of desperation, that feeling of damn, there ain't no way out, right? When I saw that movie, this movie here, Saw. That movie Saw, it gave you a sense of hopelessness when you're watching it. These directors know what they're doing, man. And that's that feeling of, damn, there's no way out, there's nothing I can do. It's gonna happen in these times. So what are you gonna do? You gonna cry? You gonna denounce the truth? You gonna denounce the Lord Yahweh Shai? No. You let it happen. You throw your hands up and you say, look, it's up to you, Lord. It's all on you. Because there's nothing else you can do.
Let me get this real quick just to get back on that. This is Ecclesiastes 2:12.
Yep.
It says, woe be to the fearful heart and faint hands and the sinner that goes 2 ways. Woe unto them that is fearful hearted, and for he believeth not.
Right.
Therefore,
he believeth not. If you got fear, that means you don't believe in the Lord. Because the Lord is mighty to save. Don't the scriptures say that? He's mighty to save, and we have the stories that were given to us about how he delivered us out of all kinds of. Well, give me that. In Ecclesiastes. You in there.
Oh, I had it here. Started 2.
Yes, he's 2-1.
That electric knife and cut that
Oh,
turkey.
yeah.
Give some of that meat, bro.
I'll tell y'all a story about that later.
Some of that
My
meat.
son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure.
Right.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Make not haste in time of trouble. Right? So when that troublesome time comes, you ain't supposed to what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You ain't gonna be able to remember them old clocks when you spin it and you spin it, you watch the hands spin around, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You gotta sit in that, man. The Lord, give me that too while we're reading this. Jeremiah 13:7.
Yep, gotcha.
Go ahead, bro. What's it like?
Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Whatever is brought upon you, you take it cheerfully. What are you going to do? Right? The brother read, who are you that you going to contend with your maker? You can't. What we always say, your arm's too short to box with the Most High, man. You going to contend with your maker? What are you going to tell him? Oh, hold on for a minute, I got an appointment next Thursday. I got an appointment at the heart doctor. I got the heart surgery. You can just give me a couple of weeks. The doctor tell me what I, no.
Well, gonna say, what you start, old man? Tonight I require.
That's right. Just like that. What's the gift? Yeah. What's well, let me see it. It's saying, go in there though, so we can read up. So we can read up a little bit.
Continue.
Yeah.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
Yeah.
For gold is tried in the fire,
Yeah.
and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right. So these times have to happen. Right? How else can you say I'm fit or I'm suitable if you're not carried through the fire? If you're not brought through some level of turmoil, how can you sit when the scriptures talk about the Lord giving out crowns? How can you sit there and accept the crown not knowing that you're fit or not knowing whether or not you're fit?
Yeah.
You have to be brought through the fire,
Or knowing that you earned it.
or knowing that you earned it. You
That's
have
why
to.
the scriptures talk.
No,
That's why the scriptures talk about people coming up some other way.
Yeah.
You know, you got to go through that fire, man. You got to try.
There's only one way, man. The scriptures say, "Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth unto destruction." There's only one way to do this. You have to go through the turmoil. These times are going to happen. It's going to be difficult. With this skirmish over in Hamas, do you think those people didn't just have babies? You think those people didn't just get married? You think those people didn't just buy a house? Same thing. The Lord didn't make them exempt, so why would He make us exempt when the times and the troubles come here? Why? I always think of this. People they had that hurricane that was coming up the East Coast, right? And the elder was talking about it, and I started thinking to myself. I remember being a kid, and when you're a kid, you get scared easily, right? So you hear about a hurricane coming up the East Coast. Man, what the fuck do?
Movie
Right?
Twister.
What are you gonna do, right? So, but then as the elder was talking about it, I said, well, what about the hurricane that wiped out on the West Coast that was coming towards this direction? They weren't exempt, so why would we be exempt? The Lord does what He wants to do, man. Right? So just like you had a kid, you got married, you bought a house, you just closed on the deal for your new business, whatever it is. The Lord's program is first, man. The Lord's program is first, and He don't care about none of that. His word does not go out void. So if He says something's going to happen at a certain time in a certain place, it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yeah.
Believe in Him, and He will help thee.
Believe in Him, and He will help you. That's the only way you're going to get help. That's if you have faith. If you have that mentality, it's all up to you, Lord. That's when you're going to get help. What's the matter?
No, she had a question.
That's it.
It's all right.
It's all right. We ain't got no chicken over here.
Order thy way aright,
No fried
and
chicken.
trust in Him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait on His mercy, and go not aside lest he fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe in Him, and your reward shall not fail.
Right, your reward shall not fail. So we are set. Our minds are set in the beliefs of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The Lord said He's going to save us. Right? You read the book of Judges. The judges always save the children of Israel. Right? Why would the Lord Yahushua be any different? Right? He's going to come down here in his mighty apparel, in his mighty ship, mighty to save, and He's going to deliver us. And then at the same time, He's going to be whooping some ass, man. You know?
Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see.
It says hope for good, right? And mercy. Don't the scriptures also say that we're saved in hope? Right? We are saved in that same hope, man. So you hope, just hope. Hope you're good. If you hope, that means you got the right frame of mind. But if you're scared, then you're not in the right frame of mind. Right? So it's not about being I don't give a fuck what Esau do. I don't give a fuck what Esau do. I'm not talking about that kind of fearlessness. I'm talking about the kind of fearlessness where hope that the Lord sees fit that you are in that number. That's the kind of hope I'm talking. That's the type of fearlessness that I'm speaking to. You know, it's not about being tough and showing people that you're the roughest and you're the toughest.
Spiritually stable.
Spiritually stable, right? Now, let me tell you something. I don't fight. I'm calling the cops. You hear me?
Charleston White. Yeah.
I don't do no fights. I'm not no rough, tough guy. So and look, if the Lord don't save me, I'm in trouble. 'Cause I'm scared. I'm scared. That's why when I see little Edomite women holding their purse, I said, look, I'm scared too. You hold your purse, shit, I'm scared too. Shit.
Look at the generation of old and see. Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Right, that's the one I wanted. Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? The answer is no. Anytime we got Daniel to our minds. Who else? Let's name some. We're in Mordecai. We got this when you want to recall it, you can't think of it.
You guys said Daniel? You said Daniel?
David, Peter, right? There's all these Apostle Paul.
Daniel?
Right?
Yeah.
Daniel, right? There's all these different stories that we have to draw faith from. That men that stood on the principles of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Lord didn't turn his back on them. The Lord didn't turn his back on them. Keep going.
Come. Look at the generation of old and see. Did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded?
Yep.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken?
Yep.
Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right. Who? No one. No one. You give me a story in the scriptures that says that a man called on the Lord and he was despised. That's what the Lord wants. It tells you in Hebrews that you must first believe that he is. That's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants you to believe in him. This is why the Lord took offense to the murmuring in the wilderness in Egypt, because they didn't believe. They didn't believe. The Lord said, damn, I didn't see that water. I done split the water. I done had y'all walk across a dry land. I done took you through the valley.
Plagued Egypt.
I done drowned the dead Pharaoh. I done fed you. I done struck the rock and gave you water. Well, what else you want? You out and now you out here talking shit, talking about you want to go back to Egypt. Well, take your ass back to Egypt then, right? So the Lord wants you to believe in him, man. The Lord wants you to follow him.
Verse 11, finish the last one. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction.
Right. Saveth in the time of affliction, man. So we can only hope again that we're in that number, man. Right. What's that song when the saints go marching in?
Oh, I
Lord,
would.
how's it go?
I would love to be a part of that. Oh, I would love. In that number. Then the organ?
Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
This is from your comment board. It says Proverbs 13:13. Who despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
That's it, man.
And then,
Go ahead, keep on.
you got another one, Ecclesiastes 2:15. They that fear the Lord will not disobey his word, and they that love him will keep his ways.
That's right. And that's why we keep coming out here, man. We don't keep coming out here because we want to be famous or we want attention. We keep coming out here because we fear the Lord, man. We fear the Lord. We fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We understand that when you're given a talent, you can't put it in a napkin. You got to keep coming out here to push the word and teach the word because there are people that are ready to receive it. So it is our duty to give it.
Yep, and then two more. It says, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in his sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy.
Psalms 37, starting at 23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighted in his ways. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. I have been young, and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
That's it. The righteous are never forsaken, man. So that's what you should be setting in hopes for righteousness. So that the Lord will deliver you. So that the Lord will deliver you, the Lord will save you. I know we think about when I think about the so-called rapture, I'll say. I think about with Star Trek, man, when you get that
Beam me up, Scotty.
Scotty, you get beamed up. That's how I think. When the beaming happens, I want to be in one of them beams.
You're also seeing a lot of videos on YouTube in different locations where they're showing the so-called people being raptured up. This is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. There was one someone had sent to me, and some lady pulled a lady over. She was going back and forth. They was like, oh, I'm sorry. Was I speeding? And the cop's like, all right, sir, wait right here. I'll be right back. She walked back to the car, and all of a sudden, the bitch disappeared. You know what I'm saying to myself, you can't get no more bullshit than this. But again, they're trying to prepare you for something that's about to truly happen, right? Go ahead.
It tells you in Matthew 24:25, behold, I've told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out the east, and shineth even into the west, so also the coming of the Son of Man be.
It says there's going to be a time where they may deceive the very elect. Yeah. Is that in Matthew 24?
Oh, Con, I'm still in here. Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise, I'm 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Mashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
The men of the Lord are going to know whether or not it's of the Lord or not. The men of the Lord are going to know. Those who the Heavenly Father sees fit, they'll know.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, they said that it's going to be a fake alien invasion with so basically it's a CGI. So it's going to be like fake UFOs in the sky, but it's actually going to be real vehicles in there shooting fire. That's what some man came out, I think it was like 2006. He was doing an interview about it. Basically said like that was actually written that they're going to actually do a fake alien invasion. It always make me think of that scripture. Because the Lord said that He's going to be delivering His elect, not just destroying, but He said that's to bring that's to get people to be scared. You know what I'm saying? And basically to bring forth their agenda, because basically, the people are going to be like, we need help, we need to be saved. Made me think of Reagan when he said, the Reagan speech. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, but basically, the guy said that it is going to be a fake alien invasion, but it's going to be a CGI, and it's actually going to be vehicles in there actually shooting, as they call it, direct energy weapons. So that's basically going to get the people scared. So.
I got you. This is 2 Corinthians.
Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 2:11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, that's it. So there's going to come a time where those fake raptures happen, right? But again, the men of the Lord got to know.
They've been talking about this.
Yeah.
These devils are going to stop at nothing to try to deceive the people. That's why they're deceived. They're great deceit, to make it appear as if they've already planted the seed. Anything of the heavenly realm is considered to be big heads, black eyes, green, that's the stage they're painting. That's the picture they're painting. The majority of people believe those shit.
I was gonna say that's why going back what we brought out earlier about being occupied in prophecy. That's you understanding how the Lord's gonna come through his life. If you ain't digging into the scriptures, you can be fooled by anything.
Right.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 28 Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee.
Strive for the truth unto death. And this is what we come out here to do. We put our lives on the line every day. We make our bodies a living sacrifice. And may the Lord protect us in that time when trouble comes. All right? So the Lord is raising up kings right now. They're practicing the righteous deeds, the righteous acts. They're coming out doing what we need to do to put this word, to warn the people. These are the things that the Lord has set us up to do. So we damn right we're doing it, man. You got something?
This is 1 Peter 4:12. It says, Beloved, think not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange things happen unto you.
Right, a lot of people are going to be like, well, why would you put yourself in this position? Why would you do certain things? These things aren't, this ain't going to be anything new to us. We know that Yahweh Shai went through all hell, man. And we're going to go through the same thing. The scriptures say the servant's not greater than his master. So why are we going to ice skate through this shit when our Lord and Savior went through hell, man? And I did a lesson the other night concerning the parents of Yahweh Shai. He said he was marred more than men. When you look up that word marred, he was totally disfigured, man. Yahweh Shai was totally disfigured. So you think we're going to be in this truth and we just come in just because we found out we're Israelites that nothing's going to happen to us? We're going to catch hell, man. We're going to catch hell, but the Lord said, but he shall be saved out of it. So Lord willing, when that time comes, when we're faced with all adversity, we're faced with all these calamities that come upon us from the enemies and whomever else may be subject to come upon us. Lord, deliver us from that set destruction, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 13, but rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of a Mashiach's suffering, that when your glory shall be revealed, ye shall be glad also with exceedingly joy.
Right, we will be glad when that time comes. We're going to live and reign with Yahweh Shai. We're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. But these things aren't going to come without a cost, man. These things will not come unto us without cost, without going through that straight gate. That's right. Without being persecuted, without being tried in the fire. We ain't been tried in the fire yet, man. That is yet to come. Right now we're living in that grace period where the Lord is giving us time to get ourselves right, to put us back on track the best we can. But you best believe when all hell starts breaking loose, there's gonna be no hope in sight. It's gonna seem like. The Lord said, didn't we just read? Whoever called upon the Lord was forsaken. We're going to call upon that name of Yahweh Shai with all sincerity and all truthfulness of heart, man. All right, let's go.
Verse 14, if ye be reproached for the name of a Mashiach, happy are ye.
Right, and I will reproach for the name of Yahweh Shai. People look at us, talk a good game about us, talk all kinds of shit about us, but we still remain our integrity. We still praise in the name of Yahweh Shai. We still come out on the highways and speak to those who oppressed us and come up against us. And let them know they're going down. Let them know their joy is but for a moment, man. This thing is just about over. And all these kings of the earth are truly going to see who the true servants of Yahweh Shai are. So go ahead.
For the spirit of glory and of the Most High rested upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified.
That's right. A lot of people don't even believe in the Lord because here in Babylon the Great, the spirit of the Lord, I'll say it this way, here in Babylon the Great, the word of the Lord is not accepted. The word of the Lord is not believed here in Babylon. And this is why a lot of people have so much doubt. This is why a lot of people turn their back on the Lord. Because if you saw, and whomever else may be in charge of this thing, has corrupted it so bad, now you got, so-called white people talking about, there is no such thing as God. And that's them right on to black people and all other Israelites who don't believe, I don't believe in God. God wouldn't do this, God wouldn't do that. Well, you're going to find out real soon, man. You're going to find out real soon. Go ahead.
So just to back up what you just said, Psalms 14:1.
Yes.
The fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
That's right.
They are corrupt.
That's right.
They have done abominable works.
That's right.
There is none that doeth good.
Right, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. But they've done just that, man. Just look around. There's no fear of the Lord in the earth. There's not 1 ounce of fear of the Lord in the earth. Those that fear the Lord are the true servants of Yahweh Shai. Because those who profess they fear the Lord, they don't know the Lord's name. All right? They don't seek to chase after the Lord. All right? They just think the Lord is sitting in a neutral position, just sitting there not even taking judgment, not even giving judgment. Go ahead.
In 2 Peter 3 and 4 it says, in the same way is the promise of his coming. For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
That's right. This is exactly what's going on. All things continue. Right? Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 8 in the NLT, it say, and all the people who belong to this world worship the beast. They are the ones whose names were not written in the book of life before the world was made, the book that belongs to the Lamb who was slaughtered.
That's it. Which he is the book. He is the book. Didn't he not say, lo, I come in the volume of the book that is written of me? All right? But again, that big division is going to be set, man. The table is going to be set. Because the minute the Lord starts raining havoc upon this place, you know how many people are going to turn their back on the Lord? Look over there, over in the east right now, what's going on. You know how many people are saying there is no God, there is no power? Because why would he do something like this? Because the world has been taught by the precepts of men that the Lord can never do any type of evil such as what we're seeing upon the earth. So therefore, they don't believe in the Heavenly Father or the Son. All right? Go ahead.
Second Ezra 4, for all your people shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Right, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. This is exactly what's going to take place. A lot of people are going to be getting knocked off by the boatloads, man. You know, and we were reading Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. It says towards about the 12th and 13th chapter, it speaks about he will not be defended. Why are people going to be defended? Because they don't believe, man. I'm not defending somebody that don't believe, man. So therefore, that's going to take effect on a lot of you people out here. Go ahead.
It says, but God said the Lord will plagues of the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works were fulfilled.
Right, who's leading the charge with that wickedness? Esau, Edom. They're leading that charge, and our people are sucking it right up, man. And again, the plagues that are coming upon the earth, we're going to start with, I'm not going to say we're going to start with, but some of the things going to be that famine. That's going to be a major plague, man. Famine and diseases, you ain't going to be able to bounce back from that. And the less there is of food, the more there is going to be of hunger. The less there is of medication, the more there's going to be of diseases. So it's going to get pretty goddamn ugly out here, man. And it's coming down to it. You can start to smell it in the air, man. Go ahead.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Right, we've been going through this quite a bit with these precepts. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, because when you get slain by the sword, your death could possibly be instant. Or it may take an hour or two for you to die, but you will end up dying ultimately. You know, being hungry, your body, the Lord created our bodies to be resilient, man. You can pretty much endure several days without food. But at what cost though? It's going to be a heavy cost when you're walking around emaciated. Look at those pictures of those, people over in Africa. Look at those Hamites over in Sudan or wherever they were, man. Bones sticking out of their skin, wishing that you would die. Go ahead.
For these pine away, stricken for the wants of the field, the fruits of the field. The hands of the pitiful women have sought in their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
You think this is good? You don't think this is going to come back around? People will start cooking their own babies, cooking their own the food of their own womb. These things are happening, man. These things are coming. They're coming to America. They're coming to America. It's going to be a bad scene out here, man. Prepare yourself. Pray that God shall have mercy on you. Pray without ceasing, as the scripture says in Thessalonians. Because there's going to be no other way that you're going to survive this thing without this word, without this comfort. This is the only thing that's going to be able to comfort you in the time of need when we come upon these things, man. All right? That it on that?
Jeremiah 30, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
Right. And again, man, the Lord is a bad dude. He's letting you know. I don't give a goddamn how tough some of you guys think you are out there. There's gonna be men with their hands on their loins, so much pain and so much grief. They're so afraid. They're gonna be laying on the ground, crying and weeping and mourning, man. Grown men. You don't think it's gonna happen? Just try it, man. The Lord's gonna make do on His word. You got Esau in this kingdom and all these other nations. They want to walk around like they're the biggest and baddest in their military. They think they're the biggest and baddest in their science. The Lord's gonna put an end to all that crap, man. Men gonna be sitting on the ground crying, boo-hooing, you know, like a woman. Women gonna be like, "What's wrong with you, man? Get up!" Kicking them and shit. Get your ass up, nigga. What are you doing down there?
The providers and the protectors.
Right. And again, being Babylon, you now have the woman raising up as the head of the household, man. Bossing the men around. Then you got Mr. Mom, stay-at-home dads and shit. You know, in some cases men have to do it because that's the way it is. But you know, you got these women who rule over men, who are ruling over men to the point where the scripture says what? They will usurp authority over the men. And this is what's going on in Babylon. America has raised you women up to such a point where you now don't need a man. You don't need anybody. You can do it by yourself. But we'll see about that when that time comes. We'll see how quick you are on the draw. We'll see how strong you are when niggas at your back door trying to kick your shit in. One dude's kicking the front door, the other dude's kicking the back door, coming through your windows. What you gonna do then? I'm not saying it's gonna be a man to take on all of them, but at least you got a fighting chance. You got a man in the house, man. It may even give a prospective burglar a second thought, like, yeah, there's a dude up in there. I don't know how wild that dude can get up in there. Let me go to the next house. You know? So the man is going to be more precious to find gold when these times start rolling around. Right? Go ahead, finish off.
Verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Yeah? It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Again, we're going to be caught up in this shit, man. There's no doubt that we won't be caught up in this. We're going to be caught up in it. And what's going to happen? The Lord said, but he whom he's speaking of is his servants shall be saved out of it. Lord willing, we're in that number to be delivered out of the troubles that are coming, man. You know, people are saying, you guys say the same thing. You've been saying that for years. You've been saying that for the past 15 years. You damn right we've been saying it. Because these are future prophecies that we're speaking of.
Hey, Elder, I say the Bible says you're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I showed that to remember I told you last week that my woman talked about, oh, you always saying that. So I was being funny with her. I was like, you know the Lord said that you was gonna say that, right? So I showed her that, and she was like, basically she made one of those faces like, yeah, like you gotta understand, like the scripture says, what if something that believes that make the faith for the Most High without effect? You know, so
right. Well, again, you know, that thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. You know, your women out there, men who have women who don't believe in this thing. You know, it's just gonna take a small calamity for them to change their heart, to change their thought process. So I ain't worried about your women. I don't worry about what they're gonna think and how, because if all hell break loose, the goddamn lights can go out also. What's going on? You know, sometimes on the telephone poles, you got those transformers. Sometimes they'll just blow. Boom! Next thing you woman grab you. What's going on? You know? You sitting there like, oh, my butt is, I don't need this and that. So don't worry about that time. You know, and again, you know, the women who are in the know and truly understand, may the Lord continue to bless you and watch over you. But the majority of women, wives of men, you know, they ain't gonna get it until they start seeing shit go down. If they start seeing shit go down, they ain't gonna have a goddamn thing to say about anything. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's there. I remember. Shut my mouth now. Okay. All right, let me get this book right here.
Do some little reading out.
Yeah, do it up.
This is 2 Ezra 16, verse 33.
Go ahead.
It says, and the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms, and the woman shall mourn having no husbands.
Right, because now we're coming into that world, that third world war, man. The World War III has now begun. You know, it was a Cold War, now it's about to be a hot war, right? And these women that are going to be mourning having no helpers, meaning the men that they married, that they thought they're going to spend the rest of their lives with, and they're going to go to the military and get all kinds of benefits, and schools going to get grants and all this other bullshit. They ain't coming back home. They're not coming back home to fertilize their woman, to put seed and have seed. That's it. They're gonna die right where they get deployed to. All right? Read on.
It says, and their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers.
Right. How is a woman gonna have a baby without a man? This is the basic chemistry of life, according to Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's the basic chemistry. How are they gonna have a child without a man? There's no help. They're gonna be mourning. Go ahead.
It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed.
In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. You know, they're gonna have that always. America always has the big send-off. They go to the base and all their husbands are out of tension. That evening they go to kissing their wives, and wives put their foot up. And all this other shit. And all that kissing and shit. And then they go off to war. But they're never gonna be seen again. No one's bringing them back home. Now you look at what took place in Vietnam. There were over 50,000 something troops over in Vietnam was put to death, right? And they showed this big hangar full of caskets with American flags on them. Supposedly with the bodies of those Vietnam vets in them caskets. But a whistleblower blew the whistle, said that was nothing but the drug war is business, man.
Frank Lucas.
War is business. But this time, it's going to be about rulership, man. And the Lord's going to bring judgment upon the earth for the rulership's sake, man. For righteousness' sake. But when Esau's in control, so someone in control of these wars, it's about business. It's about money. Esau ain't never going to put his hand in the war unless he's going to get paid for it, man. See? Let's go, man.
Come. It says, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. It says, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
Right.
Behold, the word of the Lord. Receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Right.
It says,
these plagues are drawing nigh, but are not slack. Right? So we're gearing up, man. Things are gearing up. The elder have made mention about here in America, it's not costly right now. But the things that are going on over there, they have been married. Now to the average people out there, this whole war shit sprang out of nowhere to them. So their lives are turned upside down. I was watching the news the other day, and, you know, there was some real destruction out there, man. Some bitch was up under the car, crushed. Dude was trying to pull out from underneath the car. I'm like, bro, that ain't no, that shit's real deal out there. All right? So their lives have been turned upside down in the blink of an eye. It's gonna come here too, man. Your lives are gonna be turned upside down, also in the blink of an eye. And we are the prophets and servants of the Lord to warn you about these things, to let you know, even though you ain't gonna be able to stop it, you can at least be prepared for it for when it comes, man. All right, let's go.
verse 38, it says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, and with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Right, you know, you women can understand what this is talking about. You women know exactly what we're talking about when we read this. When those great pains compass your womb, when that child is ready to be delivered, man. We as men, we don't understand that pain. Because that's a woman thing. But the Lord is making it clearly and expressively. If you've been around a woman and watched a woman give birth, they'd be hollering, screaming, get it over. Well, however, you can look at a woman's face and see, oh, God damn, this woman, she's fucked up right now. So that pain, that stress and that tribulation and turmoil is going to be raw, man. It's going to be raw. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Yep.
Which pains, it says, which pains, when the child come forth, slack not a moment.
Right. Likewise, the things that are coming, man. The things that are coming, they're not going to slack. As a matter of fact, the pains are now starting to intensify. You got this. You got. Look at here. You got the Jewish flag up there flying high, right? As we had said earlier, the least of the flock is going to draw them out. This is exactly what's going to do, because now everybody's going to start getting their alliances together, all right? And these countries are now starting to position themselves. Whoever has any assets within these countries, they're going to position themselves with these countries, all right? And this is how this is going to go. This is how everybody's going to come to the table. And they're not coming to the table with pen and paper to sign treaties. They're coming to the table with guns and rockets and missiles, man. Go ahead.
I got some on endtimeheadlines.org. I'm just going to read off the different articles that they posted.
Yep. Do you think?
It says Israeli officials claim Iran is attempting to deploy weapons in Syria to open new war front.
Now, why would Iran do something like that? Why would Iran do something like that? To open up a new war front. Because everybody's about to be drawn out, man. Everybody's about to start waking up. Everybody's about to start gearing up and preparing militarily, man. Go ahead.
China just accused Israel of going too far in military offensive against Hamas. It says, another one says another U.S. carrier strike group will join USS Ford group in Mediterranean as show of force.
Listen, what America don't really see is what's going on behind the scenes. They don't understand all these things are now taking place. They don't understand how mad these nations are getting. Because here in America, Babylon the Great is full of folly, man. Isn't it not written? Folly is set in great dignity. And it keeps the people glazed over this bullshit with, who kills a goddamn, who killed Tupac, man?
96.
Who gives a goddamn? No one cares about that. But this shit is top news, man. You got all kinds of podcasts and people talking about it, but people ain't talking about how you can hope to save your life and invert the destruction that's coming to America, man. Go ahead.
Another one that says Iran warns that they will intervene in war if Israel continues with ground offensive in Gaza.
Iran, Hamas, in Russia, okay, Syria. Listen, there's all assets, man. There's all military assets. There's liquid gold assets, if you will. There's gold. There's all these things. Everybody has a stake in the game right now, man, or a horse in the race, if you will. So now they're going to gear up. Start putting the threats out there. You do Y, X, Y, we're going to do A, B. You do C, D, we're going to do E, F, G. They're going to start positioning themselves, man. And again, everybody's going to be drawn out. I'm gonna hear, China's gonna say, they trying to fuck with Iran. Okay, well, let me go over to Venezuela and say, all right, Venezuela, we gave you this, we gave you that. We're gonna need your help on this front. Everybody's gonna be drawn out, man. Go ahead.
So another one says France mobilized 7,000 troops after teacher killed by Islamic terrorists.
See that? Now one teacher was supposedly killed. Now they put together 7,000 troops?
Yeah, 7,000
Think about that. Well, how realistic is that? A motherfucker gets killed and that's it. We try to find a one individual. Summons up 7,000 troops. Again, these are war tactic moves, man. This is the art of war. This is the beginning of war. Go ahead.
Joel chapter 3 verse 9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
See that? Everybody's coming up, man. Everybody's raising up. Even the common people are putting themselves in array, man. Are getting themselves ready. This is what it says. Beat your plowshares, put your plowshares into swords. That's talking about average people, man. Get ready. Whatever you got in your utility box, go get it ready, because you may have to thrust somebody through with that spear. Go get it ready, because we may have to call upon you as individuals of our motherland to defend our motherland. You see? Okay, we'll get you right there, brother. Go ahead.
Let the weak say I am strong.
Let the weak say I am strong. There's nothing like having a great leader A great leader is going to motivate his people. Vladimir Putin is a great leader that can motivate his people. Kim Jong-un is a great leader that can motivate his people. Ahmadinejad is a great leader that can motivate his people. All right? And when you have a great leader that's going to motivate you, you ain't going to have no worries or no doubt about putting your life on the line for your cause, man. But America, you think people are going to go to bat for Joe Biden? Joe Biden's going to say, we're going to call all you people to come together and get some uniforms. I'm like, kiss my ass. Right. Fumbling and bumbling around. You think you're going to listen? That's not happening. Because there's no stake in it for the average American citizen. What am I going to get? Because America's going to be the same goddamn way as it was before you geared up and went to war. You're going to go to war and come home to the same shit, man. Go ahead.
Two more articles. It says Iran backed Hezbollah.
Oh, Hezbollah, that's right. Another one. Iran. So Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran, they're all under the same umbrella. Iran under Russia, all under the same umbrella. Go ahead.
Iran-backed Hezbollah is now fully prepared to join war against Israel. And also this last one, it says U.S. troops placed on high alert for Iran allies joining Israel-Hamas war.
You see that? So now the question is, all the billions of dollars that they sent over to was it Ukraine?
Yep.
What's going on with that? You get your money back? You get a refund? All that money that's over there, going for naught. This is how you know. This whole thing has been set up this way, man. This is all bullshit that's going on as far as this financial backing of Ukraine. They knew this was going to come because the scripture says the least of the flock was going to draw them out. The war wasn't concerning Ukraine and Russia. That was never really the purpose, man. We all know Russia could drop one bomb on Ukraine and end the whole shit. One bomb. And it's over. Right? But that's all smoke and mirrors. Get people to, get in cahoots on Ukraine. They're posting flyers all over the place and sending love and, all kinds of charity walks for nothing, man. Now what? Now America's gonna have to give what? Another $6 billion to Israel? To Israel? Another $1 billion? Now what? This is it, man. It's out of here. Go ahead.
Just to back you up what you're saying, there's basically two heathens fighting in the land, right? Which goes to show you that the rightful people are not in that land. This is Ezekiel 36:1. It says, also thou son of man prophesied unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because the enemy had said against you, aha, even the ancient places are in our possession. Therefore prophesied and said, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because they have made you desolate and swallow you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathens, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and are an infamy of the people.
That's right. So essentially, they're fighting over land that don't belong to them over there. That's the bottom line. They're over there fighting for land that don't even belong to them. That's why when the Lord comes back and puts us back in our place, he's going to set us in our own land. And then we're going to be raised up. And then we're going to rule with righteousness, man. But right now, let them devils fight, man. Let them kill each other. We're going to sit back and let them destroy each other, man. All right? Go ahead.
Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more to the perfect day.
That's right. The path of the just is that shining light, and it's shining more and more every day. Because the Lord is raising us up. And we have been making noise out here. Right? How the things of Esau searched out. We have been making noise right now. Now people are listening. Go ahead, brother.
I was going to say, you mentioned we'll throw up, popcorn and watch them kill each other. That's exactly what Esau's been doing to us. Was that member of the KKK? He sat down and said, "Yeah, you don't have to go out nigger hunting no more. We just give them guns and let them do it themselves, man." So, at the end of the day, man, the Lord is showing us, man, flipping back those roles, man. Like the elder said, You know, we just gotta sit back. You know.
That's right. You got a lot of now talking about, oh, if you stand on the side of Palestinian, you know, and you know, if you stand by them and march with them, but guess what? Those Palestinians are our enemies. You know, they took part of the slave trade. You know, and put all people in chains. It's on to Esau.
That's why the Lord's going to judge all these devils, man. The Lord's going to judge everybody. And at the end of the day, they're all going to be under our subjection, man. Every last nation, as you look at the table of nations, they're all going to be under our subjection. That's right. We're going to administer true judgment amongst everybody. Walk around, find out if you want to try to go against the grain, you will find out. Right? Go ahead. I'm going to come here and bounce right back around.
Joel 3, 1 and 2. For behold, those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Shulat. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they had scattered among the nations a part of my land.
And again, there's no misunderstanding who the Lord said he was going to bring them down to plead for. His people Israel. Right? So this is where it's going, man. The Lord is coming down to drop hammers on the other nations for the shit that has been done unto his chosen people, man. There's no misunderstanding that. Yes, and we're going to continually tell you people, the Lord is only coming for the children of Israel. Point blank, period. Yeah, we said it. We're going to continue to say it because we know it to be true, as the scriptures say. All right. Go ahead.
Continuing on Ezekiel 36, this is Ezekiel 36 and 5. Therefore said the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land in their possession.
See that? Again, they're fighting over land that doesn't belong to them. The Lord gave them our land. We went astray, as we know we did. The Lord then divvied out our land and gave them they took our identity. Everything that was ours is theirs now. But the Lord's going to set it back up in order. Go ahead.
Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their hearts, with the despiteful minds to cast it out, for we pray.
Yep. So again, you brothers know what it is. The people in the world know what it is. Now the wars are going to be on. Things are going to be set right back where they need to be set. Right? Got one?
Got something.
Go ahead.
Just to land back. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave into the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives there were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right. So at the end of the day, we are going to bring our other brothers and sisters back over. They're going to be back with us, and we're going to rule over all the nations. And all those who ruled up against us and came up against us, put us into slavery and oppression, we're going to put them right back where they belong, man. We're going to be kings. We're going to be the kings of the earth. You see that? The Lord is raising us up to be the kings of the earth. Go ahead. I got you.
Isaiah,
go ahead. Give me Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6.
Isaiah 2 and 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountains of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Right, and who's going to be up there? The children of Israel. Nobody else. Ain't nobody else going to be on top of that mountain. If you leave it up to the devices of these people in the world, we're going to be up there. All nations are going to be holding hand in hand and hugging and kissing. That's bullshit. There's going to be one nation that's going to reign supreme. That's the children of Israel, the Israelites. There's an old song, y'all probably don't remember. One nation under a group. That's going to be Israel.
Getting down is the funk of it.
Yeah, man. It's going to tear it up. Y'all looking at your future kings and rulers of the earth. Right. See that? That's what the Lord is setting up. Right? We are in the midst of that mindset where we're going to have that ruling mentality. This is what the Lord is bestowing upon us right now, that rulership mentality. Now, I'm not saying we're 100% furnished, because we're not. Because the Lord said we got to be changed. The law's got to be put on our inward parts, and he's going to do it for us. But as we understand it and know it, when the Lord does it, there ain't going to be no stopping us, baby. Ain't no stopping this, man. Go ahead.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow onto it.
That's right. And you are going to know. Just like when the Lord parted the Red Sea, it went through all the whole known world at that time when the Lord gets the Egyptians, man. That's right. Can you imagine what the sentiment's gonna be when the Lord drops bombs on America and the earth reels to and fro like a drunkard? Can you imagine? People are gonna be in fear, man. And they're gonna know because they're hearing the words. They're hearing what the Lord is gonna do. They may not have read it. They may not have picked up the Bible and went through it and went precept upon precept, line upon line, here and there a little, there a little. They may not have done that. But the Lord has his prophets on the highways and byways professing and pronouncing this throughout the four corners of the earth. Somewhere along the line, these words that we speak have trickled into damn near everybody's ears. You got guys like Vocab, right? He may think he's a crusader doing what he wants to do, but he's under the Lord's control as well. Because he also pushes the word out to those who don't really sit on our platform. All those people who are into that platform which he runs, now they're hearing what we believe. They're hearing what we preach. So they have now been made aware. No one's going to have the ability to say, I didn't know. Because he's not the only one that's pushing. There's several different levels of platforms that are pushing. So they understand what we're talking about. They know when we say the Lord's going to destroy this place and raise us up and we're going to rule the earth.
That's right.
Where have they heard it? From all those other platforms, if they have not tuned into our channels. There's not many people tune into our channels, but there's no need for them to tune in. Because what people don't tune into our channels, they tune into these other channels and receive the message that we preach, man. See that? So the Lord is bad, boy. The Lord will get you, will suck you in, and you don't even know it, man. Vocab, he doesn't even realize that the Lord is using him as a puppet, just doing all this, and Vocab just, hey, these guys, the black Hebrew Israelism, whatever the hell he says, the Lord is bad, man. All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 30 verse 20. And though the Lord gave you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teacher be moved into a corner anymore.
Right, you ain't pushing us into a corner, man. Only time this is going to shut down is when the Lord wants it to be shut down. As it is written, the hearing of there's going to be a famine of hearing the word. But you ain't coming out on these corners. Fine, you can shut us, you can kick us off this block, but we're gonna go on the other block. You can kick us out of this city, we're gonna go to another city. And that goes for all the brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, man. We just gonna keep moving. And the scriptures speak about even the evils are gonna be as pilgrims upon the earth. Even the brothers preaching this word will be as pilgrims upon the earth, going here and there and everywhere to push this word, man, until the Lord sows it up and decides that, all right, I'm going to silence my servants. My servants are going to speak no more about the subject matter. Now it's time to see. That's what's going to happen, man. Go ahead.
It says, yet shall not thy teacher be moved into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
But thy eyes shall see thy teachers. And when we come on, we press click, press go, it goes live. All right? And some brothers share it, other people share it, or people may get to it later on, or it may be in another language, in another country, and they sit down there watching. What are these guys talking about? Because one of the most interesting things is this. When it comes to hearing the words from the Bible, people tend to get inquisitive. Oh, it says that in the Bible? Where does it say that in the Bible? Let me go see. And they go and get their Bibles, and then it just creates a wormhole, a rabbit hole effect. Where now, all right, so let me see what else these guys are saying. And now they're locked in. The scripture says what? Whether they hear or whether they forbear. The Lord traps you, man. He will trap you in this thing. Even when people come out and listen, they'll sit there and be there for an hour and don't even realize it. Just sitting there, just staring, watching, and they can't leave because the Lord trapped you there. You see? And this is the beauty about what goes on. This word, you cannot resist it, man. You cannot resist it. You may walk away, but there's going to be something that you heard that's going to resonate in your mind. See? Go ahead.
pass, Lord will come. Then shall they know the prophet that we love.
Right, and people are starting to realize that, wait a minute, maybe these men are the prophets of the Heavenly Father and the Son. They said these things over 15 years ago. Now look what's happening. But wait a minute, even before these guys, there was men that were set up over 30 years ago that were speaking these things, and now they're happening. Maybe they are the prophets of the Lord. And it's funny because other Israelite groups hate to hear that a certain group of men are the prophets. For some reason, there's a little bit of jealousy there. We just come out to fulfill the word of Yahweh Bashar man. We ain't looking to be put on a pedestal on any level, anywhere in this kingdom, man. This kingdom sucks. We don't want to be known as the prophets of Babylon. Blow this bitch to smithereens, man. Get us the hell out of here. Blow this bitch up. This place has been evil. And this place has been a place that has been destroying our people, man. Go ahead. Let him know that.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Solomon's.
Yeah, stop from the top.
All right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1.
Right.
Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth.
Right. And this is what the Lord has prepared us to be. Judges of the earth, man. Judges of the earth. We ain't gonna be judges of, Israel. We're not gonna be judges of just whatever continent. We're gonna be judges of the whole earth. And this is what the Lord is instructing us to do. Listen, learn, and understand. Go ahead.
Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitudes of nations.
Give ear, ye that rule the people. Are we not practicing the righteous acts? Is not the Lord going to put the righteous things and the laws into our inward parts? What is he putting them in our inward parts for? So we can rule the people. Likewise, what was the first thing King Solomon asked for from the Lord? To rule his people, Israel, man. So this is the mindset that we're in. That the Lord build us up and bring us up and raise us up. That we be righteous kings of the earth to rule the people justly, man. That's what the Lord is doing. When the righteous are in authority, the people are going to rejoice. When the wicked bear through, just take a look around you. There's nobody happy in America, man. And those who walk around with a smile are those who believe that they're secure in their jobs, secure in their income. They got enough to last for their retirements. But little do they know, all that's going to be wiped out. And then again, the playing field is going to be level. Because did not the other nations say, art thou become as weak as we? And likewise, all the masses of people are going to say, well, wait a minute. We're just on the same playing field. You got the Jay-Z's of the world, right? They said Jay-Z's worth $1 billion or something like that. When the economy collapses and everything comes to naught, what do you think Jay-Z's going to do? What's he going to do? Ain't nobody going to be looking to say, Jay-Z, you got a credit card? We'll take your American Express here, Jay-Z. That's it. It's going to be a level playing field. And whoever can get it the best is going to get it, man. All right, let's run.
Verse 3. For power is given you of the Lord.
For power is given us of the Lord. It's not of our own volition, man. It's not of our own thing. This is of the Yahweh Bashar Shai. Even to come out on the highways and byways to preach this word is the power of the Lord, man. And this is why when we come out, we're able to be here and stand here with such strength and boldness, because it's the power of the Lord that holds back the demons and holds back all so-called authorities from removing us from these corners, man. Go ahead.
For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places.
That's right. And we know who's in high places. Shit, you even got some Israelites in high places. You know? If they don't come back and repent, they're going to be cut down too. We ain't got no problem with them down, man. We spoke about, the shit that's going on over in the East. The destruction to these people. Newsflash. The Lord is no respecter of person. We think the Lord is going to sit there. The Lord bruised his own son, man. Bruised his only begotten son. How much more will he smash all these heathens and anybody who's doing wickedly, man. God ain't caring about if a little baby got crushed by a boulder that fell off the goddamn building. The spirit's gonna return back to him anyway. And he gonna send it to wherever he will. It ain't no thing, man. It ain't no thing. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5, horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented.
Right, and again, we understand that the Lord is coming, man. And he's coming back to whoop some ass. Whoop some ass, man. Let's put on that, bro. Come on with hold on. I know you had something, right?
Just to go into us judging the world. It says, this is Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye shall do so in the land whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations.
Right, the Lord is big on us understanding things, man. Very big on us understanding things, right? The Lord said, with all that getting, get understanding. You know? So as we go through this thing, we continually ask the Lord for understanding. All aspects of what we do, right? Being his servants, you know, professing ourselves to be teachers, we have to understand what we're teaching, right? And be able to give it in such a manner where those who hear the word will be able to receive it and understand it. Things start to get complicated, you know, you lose people, especially our people. Our people have a very short attention span. They don't want to take the time to really hear the long term of what's happening. That's why when our people come up, so what is this all? What is all this? America's going to be destroyed. You know, that's you can understand that. You can understand that. By who? The Heavenly Father, whom the Bible calls Jesus Christ and His Son, Yahweh and Yahweh, whom the word really calls God and Jesus Christ. That's who's going to destroy you. You know, we can get into it, so here's the situation, brother. You know, we break it down, they go like this. But again, if they come in that spirit, it wasn't meant for them anyway. It was, look at all you brothers here, man. The Lord supped with you brothers to such a degree, you continually come, you continually get fed, you continually get understanding. With that, your spirit is being built up. And when your spirit's being built up, you become more fortified and more grounded in this thing. When you become grounded in this thing, you become immovable. When you become immovable, the Lord puts his trust in you, that you may handle the word of the Lord that he gives you. You see how it's working? We're all becoming much more grounded day by day. We become much more solid day by day, believing in the spirit of Yahweh Shai with faith and fear. These are the things that are keeping us in this thing, keeping us molded and grounded. Go ahead.
Somebody asked why Babylon. Jeremiah 51:49. It said, as Babylon has caused the slain of Israel to fall, so at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth.
That's it. You know, that's it. People ain't going to believe our report. Again, they're not going to believe it. But America is at the seat of the whole, is at the center of attention. America is truly at the center of attention. Everything that's going to go on is going to go on for the destruction of America. It's for the destroying of this place known as America. That's what it's all going to boil down to. Go ahead. You got something else? Inside, you got it hold tight. You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is continuing verse 4, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people. Verse 7, for what nation is there so great, who had the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for.
Right. Can you imagine, just look at Israel on the whole. Just look at the shit we've done in the world. Look at the I should say, the progress that this country has been fortunate to have because of the Israelites. Just think about it. When you look, and you can take it from the so-called white man's perspective, so-called black people had no relevance in this world whatsoever but slavery. That's it. If you really look at their history of what's going on, they think they'll tell you that so-called black people in America, in the world, were nothing but slaves. It was nothing but servants that was on the earth to help the so-called white man build himself in commerce. That's it. Yep. Israel was a homeborn slave. And again, look at has been done in America because of our people. So people are recognizing. You have a group of you gotta, and I believe there's some Edomites, some so-called looking Edomites out there who say certain things about those people are black, and they may well be Israelites as well, man. Because a true prideful Edomite, they gonna talk about those people being black. They ain't gonna get down like that. They ain't gonna, because it's not in their spirit to do so.
All right, go ahead, brother. Real quick, Jeremiah 50, verse 45. Therefore, he the counsel of the Lord, and he had purpose against Babylon, and his purpose, and he had purpose against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flocks shall draw them out.
Right, we've been talking about that quite a bit, man. Because now we're seeing it unfold. It's really speeding up, man. It's really speeding up. You got all these nations, you know, with their eyes on the prize, if you will. Who's gonna make what move? Who's gonna do what? And at what point should we come in and show our muscle, and show our might, right? While the servants of the Lord continue to prophesy about it. While the servants of the Lord continue to speak about the prophecies unfolding right before your very eyes. Here we are in the midst of 2023, and never in a million years, I'll say it that way, would everyone think that you would see so-called black men, so-called Puerto Rican men, so-called Native American men, all on one accord speaking the same thing, man. This is totally marvelous. It's a beautiful sight, a beautiful setting to see, man. Right. That all these people who at one point in time had hella animosity towards one another, man. What's that? Isaiah 11 chapters. It's been a while. The preachers, yeah, give me that. Yep, give me that. Yep. Because and I bring it, and I want these two because the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Ephraim were the two head tribes, man. And everybody else was underneath these two tribes. So the animosity ran very deep, man. It ran very deep. And it still runs deep to this day. You still got Jake, especially out in the Midwest, you got Jake. You know, I don't want to say so much so, I'm not really out there, but I can tell, you know, there's a little bit of comfort with one another because of the atrocities that's happening to each group from the so-called white man. You know, so they're starting to look at each other like, well, wait a minute, we should be on each other like this. We all get inflicted the same goddamn way. It's like, let's see what you got. Start 10 11.
Isaiah 11. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
Right. It says again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. When was the first time he recovered his people? Anybody? When was the first time the Lord set his hand to recover his people?
Egypt. I was going to say Egypt.
Egypt. That's it. And that's going to be the second time he's going to recover his people. During the time of the destruction of America. Read on.
It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. We shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the island of the seas.
A lot of our people are in those islands, man. A lot of our people are in those islands, man. Right? That's where a lot of Israelites are. Now, did you have some implants that was plopped over in there? Absolutely, man. You had a whole bunch of implants. And some of those implants speaking Spanish, you know, and speaking the slang Spanish, like Jake, man. But at the end of the day, there's still implants. There's still devils and Edomites. Because, you know, when I first came in, it was like, damn, if anybody spoke Spanish, there was an Israelite. I was like, oh, you speak Spanish? I said, Israelite. because you know the level of understanding that you had at that time, you know, so the Lord had to sup with you, and you had to have the eyesight to work it out to see. All right, wait a minute, just because you speak Spanish, motherfucker, don't make you an Israelite. Because your skin is dark, motherfucker, it don't make you a Jake. You know. So again, you start to discern, you start to work your way through spiritually to identify the spiritual things. Go ahead.
Verse 12, you shall set up an ensign for the nations, and you shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the people of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right? And this is happening, man. Everybody's waking up, man. Everybody's waking up on the four corners of the earth. And when that time for the deliverance comes, may the Lord deliver every man who truly believes and trusts in the Lord, may he deliver him from the four corners of the earth, man. Go ahead.
Verse 13, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversary of Judah shall be cut off.
Right, now here are the two-headed sides. And again, going back to what we was talking about earlier, the animosity that they had against and towards one another, man. It was heavy. Jacob was always killing, you know, Ephraim was always killing Judah, and Judah was always killing Ephraim. It was going back and forth, man. Go ahead.
He said,
but he said he's gonna cut that off. That's gonna be no more. And even right now, as you look, you got Judites, Ephraimites, and when I say Ephraimites, I'm talking about everybody who was under that head tribe, the northern kingdom, everybody who was under that head tribe, right? Because there's still that animosity. You know, you got Israelites who are dark skinned that speak Spanish towards the light-skinned Spanish people. They look like they're scum of the earth, you know, just because of their skin complexion. But they don't. We all the same people. Go ahead.
It says, Ephraim shall not vex. Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah. Go ahead.
And Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
And Judah shall not vex Ephraim. What does that mean? The Lord's gonna bring everybody together, man. And we're gonna have that brotherly love, especially when, you know, even now, man, when the shit starts going down. You got the essays over there in California. You got the Mexicans out there. What's their little slang term? So-called Mexicans. Anyway, you know, there's going to be a lot of coming together and supporting one another when all hell breaks loose, when the devil starts coming down with great wrath, man. You know, and I believe the Lord's just going to put that spirit out there, you know, to help one another out. All right, let's go.
Zechariah 9:13. When I have been Judah for me and filled the bow with Ephraim and raised up your sons, O Zion, against your sons, O Greece, and made you as the sword of a mighty man.
That's right. That's right. So you're going to use these two kingdoms to start busting ass, man. You're going to start busting ass on all these other nations, man. You know, we out here telling you what it is, man. We're telling you what it is because this is what the Lord has ordained us to teach. Tell you. A lot of the people out there in the world truly don't believe, man. As it is written in Romans, what if some did not believe? We're not concerned about whether they believe or not. We're not concerned about that. Because this place is still going to be destroyed. The devil's still going to come down having great wrath. You think you're safe and secure? You think that none's going to come upon you and none's going to happen to you? Just wait till these devils start locking these goddamn stores down. Then you're really going to see. You thought looking for a roll of toilet paper was bad back then. Shit, you're going to be eating rolls of toilet paper pretty soon, man. Getting hungry in the dirt looking for something to eat, man. This is about to get real hella ugly out here. All right, go ahead.
Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice in heavens and that were in them. Woe to the hot for the earth and the sea.
Right.
For the devils come down with you, having with wrath, because you know it has a short time.
Right. Why does he know he has but a short time? Because the Lord said he's going to shorten this thing up. That's why he knows he has but a short time. He put his scholars on the job, man. They understand what the Lord's going to do. They understand the Lord's going to shorten this thing up. This is why they're going to start working feverishly, man. Even more so now that this shit's popped off over in Israel. They're going to start working hella feverishly to get the job done. And ultimately, you Israelites, you're public enemy number one. You're the target, man. You're the target. You're the one he wants to lay flat, man. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idols, with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be and had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place, and in the next city, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord."
Right, and even in the military, I don't know which one. I don't know if it was Project Mosquito I was reading, or Rex 84. It was one of those I was reading, but they were saying that even the minorities who are involved in their military, who are involved in their government system, even those individuals are going to be rounded up, man. So just because you have joined hand in hand and you think you're going to be safe and protected, they're going to round you up as well and put you in them goddamn concentration camps. They're not going to hear your fucking cries about, wait a minute, remember Will Smith in States? What is it? No, not Enemy of the State.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
When they scanned his wife.
Skin. You know? Right. They was ready to throw his wife right back out there in the goddamn. We didn't give a shit that he was a general or colonel, whatever the hell he was. You know, he was like, and the white dude was like this. He didn't want to do it. He was like. But again, it's going to show you that even though you may have some type of status in Esau's kingdom, some kind of position, they're gonna lock your ass up too, man. So it'll behoove you people to hit the road early before Esau starts saying, yo, Cedric, we need you in the office for a minute. Come on. Hey, what's up? You know? Start going in, boom, bust you over the head, make sure you're on the floor, you wake up in the fucking concentration camp, fucking blood coming down your forehead, telling you, what happened? Why am I here? You know? But again, that's the recipe to look forward to. You got something else?
Yeah, it's Isaiah 13 and 14. It says, "And it shall be as the chase road, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined onto them shall fall by the sword."
Right. Who is joined onto them is going to fall by the sword. Right? So this is what's really going to happen out here. Ain't nobody safe. You an Israelite, you ain't safe, man. I don't give a goddamn how much money you have, or what kind of status you got, or what your position is in this kingdom. You are not safe. You think for 1 minute, if when all hell breaks loose, if they got some black person in office, they're going to remain in office? Absolutely not. This is a white man's society. They're going to take what's theirs and put themselves right where they need to be. You got, anyways, go ahead, bro.
I mean, just look what's going on with all the people that brought over here to the United States. They think a lot of people from all over the world, from other countries, some of them from over here in New York, in other states, you know. And a lot of people ask the question like, why is it only men, but not women and children? You know, because saying you sit up, oh, it's women and children, but when you look at the sources, the majority of them are all men. It's battle-ready men. So something major is about to happen.
Right. Well, again, men are the ones that are going to be more aggressive in a time of need or a time of trouble. We put these men in these places because when the least amount of securities are in place, people are going to rise up. Then they're going to start breaking into buildings, doing different things. It's going to start that. It's going to start that whole insurrection, if you will. That whole civil war, if you will, where you're going to have these men who are going to now take matters into their own hands, start going into different stores, different locations, and they're going to get tired, man. How long do you think these people that are going to get shipped all around the world? We had these Levites that dropped off over here a couple of weeks ago, man. Yep. The majority of them were men, but they're going to sit there and get shuffled here and get shuffled there. It's going to be like, yo, fuck that. I'm going to die anyway. I might as well go out in the fucking bank. That's going to be the mentality right across the board. And when it starts in one city, it's gonna have that effect. And then you gotta also keep in mind too, you're gonna have these agent provocateurs who are gonna also start, bashing windows and doing shit, come and posing to be some migrant from whatever location, and you know, and start, hey, let's go do it. And he's like, yeah, fuck, let's do it. You got the agents who are truly out there, man, and they know what they're doing, man. They know exactly what they need to do. And once they set that seed, where it happens, they disappear, gone, poof, into the night, because the fire hasn't been lit. The fire's already been lit. See? But these are the things that we're going to be going through. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I said they were actually bringing a lot of military men within the immigrants. And I actually, just being speaking as a man, but I actually the ones that they set in the hotels and stuff and giving them money, I feel like they promised them, you know, you come over here, you know what I'm saying, I give you a better life over here. But they actually being set up to go against, you know, because that's in the scripture. It said that he's going to have all nations come against Jerusalem.
It's going to be pandemonium out there, man. It's going to be real raw out here. And I ain't going to pass nobody that a man can only take so much before he fucking snaps. Right? He can take so much before he snaps. And these devils, there's an influx of these people coming from all over the world, from different locations, and they're coming to America primarily. They're stuffing America with people. So something can truly pop off. When it does, you better watch out. Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 14. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein.
Say, woe unto the world and them that dwell therein. Because woe means destruction. Woe means destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. Nobody's going to be safe here in America. There's not going to be anywhere you're going to be able to go. We had went through this a while back, but Israelites talking about they're going off the grid, going up into the woods, this, that, and the third. There's nowhere that Esau's not going to find you. Esau knows every ounce and every inch and square inch of this goddamn country. You ain't going to hide, man. When the Lord said woe unto you, that means that destruction is coming to you, man. If you look in the hills, it's coming to you. If you're down in a hole somewhere, it's coming to you. So there's no hiding and running from the destruction that the Lord put in place. How are you going to outslick the Lord, man? Go ahead.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Race wars, that's what it means. One people gonna stand up and fight against another. That's your race wars, man. You know you're gonna have a bunch of Edomites. And another thing too, you got the Moabites and Jake, man, and Judites, they don't like each other, man. There's always been animosity between those two, man. Go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And that's key right there. The course of their actions shall stand in their power. What we was just referring to about these immigrants that are coming over here. The course of their actions is going to stand in their power. They're not going to sit there and listen to what anybody has to say. You brought them here, you didn't help them, you hindered them more than you helped them, you separated them from their families. A man has a family somewhere, wife and kids, who knows where they are. You sent them Haitians that were here, them Levites that were here, they came from Texas. Some of the group went over to Florida. So again, a man can only take so goddamn much before the course of his action stands in his own power to do what he feels is necessary. What's your man here from Boston? Black glasses. Malcolm X. What do you say? By any means necessary. That's gonna be the logo that's gonna be around here, man. By any means necessary. Esau's gonna have a fucking field day at that. Because now it's gonna give him a reason to use his military might, man. And he ain't gonna waste no time using it. He gonna be happy to use it. He gonna be happy to start blowing niggas off the face of the earth, man. That's what they're living to do. Go ahead.
Yep, same.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Well, let me say this, man. Let me say it like this. Don't get comfortable, man. You men out there, Israelites, don't get comfortable. Right? Be prepared for the upheaval that's about to take place, man. Don't even remotely put this behind you and think, Yeah, so I'm gonna try to wait until they put the chip in the place, and then I'm gonna really make moves and all this other bullshit. Act now, man. Be on the ready. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. You know? Time is about to get real hectic out here. Right, time is of the essence. You know? It's a matter of life and death out here. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right, and it's already coming to that, man. It's already coming to that. People are already running up on people, running up on people's homes, running up on people on the ATM, running up on people while they're sitting in their car. Men ain't gonna have no pity. Why would you have pity on somebody? You get locked up, at least you're gonna be in there getting 3 square meals a day, comfort, warmth, blankets, all this shit. But these cats who are on the street here, they ain't gonna give a goddamn. And most of them are saying, what? I don't give a fuck if I die anyway. I'd rather die. So they got nothing to lose, man. So man's not gonna have any pity upon anybody when all hell breaks loose. I'll tell you what, if we got word that Boston PD totally fucking shut down, you think it'd be civilized out here? No. It's the only reason why it's civilized because these
Yo, Carl,
still
starting in South Bay.
Yes, you shut down. It's over. You think for 1 minute you're gonna see all these little things walking around here? Actually gonna be out of here.
I was gonna say, remember when that whole pandemic, the police they was given the order not to do anything.
Right.
The whole downtown was just shattered.
Yeah,
It
man.
showed you as soon as you give them okay, and not just this city, all the cities.
All the cities.
Yeah.
You know?
Even when that flood happened in New Orleans, and in the aftermath afterward, people went savage.
Yeah.
You know, robbing each other. You know, allowing got taken, ravished. You know, a lot of people died. It was like a whisper down there in New Orleans.
Yep.
With the
What are we
media.
doing?
Yeah.
Lord said, give them warning from me. Take heed to the warning, man. Take heed to the warning. Prepare yourself. Spiritually, mentally, prepare yourself. Because it's just a matter of time before something pop off over here. For example, what's still on the table here in Babylon is that government shutdown. That shit ain't off the table yet. And by the way things are looking right now, they may go forward with this so-called shutdown, man.
A
You know? Niggas gonna get up and go to work as scheduled, no paycheck, talking about, yeah, this gonna straighten it out, a couple weeks it'll straighten out. It's gonna be a point in time, these airline pilots are gonna be like, yeah, unfortunately, my salary is $4,000 a week, but I can't afford to pay me, I ain't flying. So they did that before. Yeah, because they were straight. During COVID, they was giving all kinds of flight lessons, and they was bringing in astronomical amount of flight pilots to fly these planes because
They was getting retirees back.
Yep. Because a lot of these people wasn't going to subject themselves to their mandates. So these pilots like, yo, I'm done. Now the heat was on to get more pilots in the air to get these planes going. See? But this time around, go willing, man, go willing. That the Lord close this bitch up, shut it down, man, and let this bitch stop popping off out here. Because it's just getting to the point where, you know, just like Lot was vexed with that filthy conversation, we're getting fucking vexed in this kingdom with this madness that we have to endure on a daily basis, man. It's absolutely awful, man. You gotta deal with it and continually deal with it. I'm fucking struggling, everybody's struggling to make ends meet in this bitch. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is gonna get paid, what's not gonna get paid. This kids are screaming and food and I'm telling you, man, it's going wrong. You see a horse eating my fucking rabbit. You know? But again, trust in Yahweh Trust in Yahweh Shai and lay your burdens upon him. He gonna fight the battle for us. But we as men, we have that line of anger in us where we want to just haul off and smash somebody, man. All right, go ahead.
It's Ecclesiastes 5 and 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord,
Right.
and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Again, don't think you're safe, man. Don't think you have you live in a gated community. A lot of people get that thing. Oh, we live in a gated community. They have no access. Shit. Them communities are gonna be the first ones that get hit. They ain't coming to my house. My shit's run down. You know, they're gonna be like, ain't shit in there. They going to the big boys. Them gated community, they're gonna scale them goddamn walls, hop over there. And again, that shows you, that also shows in the movie The Purge, that very first purge. The dude was a salesman for home security, right? The windows would come, everything was shut down, you know? Look, you imagine, good, bro.
I was gonna say you have Mattapan and Milton right there. That's only like a 10-minute walk, and then you see some nice houses.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna be a field day for Jake. They're gonna love over there.
Jake walked by and be like, I'll be back. Give him the old Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know? But this is what it's gonna come to.
Live out their dreams.
You know, we laugh about it a little bit, but this is what it's really gonna come to. A lot of you people are gonna be in for a rude awakening. And then when you call the police, the police ain't there. There's still police cars coming. No police cars coming to your house. Because they're gonna be worried about their own shit. People gonna leave the job. You know? It's gonna be a lawless society.
In 2 Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the throne places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
That's it. That's happening right now. Everywhere you go, man. And if the stores aren't empty right now, it's because the goddamn price is too damn high. That's the only reason why the stores ain't truly empty. The prices are fucking sky high, man. And that being said, it's gonna take some type of situation where people's gonna stop bum rushing the stores. They showed you in the movies. All of a sudden, people's in there grabbing it's a free for all. You know?
I was reading this article a couple of weeks ago with we were talking about the vice situation in other countries. In other countries around the world, they start with a law on vice. You know?
Yeah.
And they're not gonna have enough to ship over here to the United States. You know? So it's getting that out there.
Everything's going to be not just the rice, grains, everything's going to be going, man. Because we understand that in order to move from A to B, you need fuel, right? And it's going to be another fuel crisis. It's going to stop these truckers, and it's just going to be no federal funding to grow crops and all this stuff, the FDA and all this other. It's going to be a shutdown. It's going to be a total shutdown. That first shutdown was a test run. The second shutdown is going to be a real deal. You got something else? On this brother here.
This is 2 Ezra 16, and I'll start at verse 40. O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle.
Right, and there is a battle coming. There is a battle coming. A battle that you may not have been told of. A battle that you probably don't believe in. But there's going to be a battle. All right? It's going to be a battle right at your front door. You're going to have cats. You're going to have people running up on your property. You know, you go online, right? And just look up ring camera footage of different people. Motherfuckers coming in, looking at people's houses. This is with their kids walking in the door, shutting the door just in time and doing what it is. You're like, hey, door's locked. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna get real out here. All you people think that this is a joke, you're gonna find out the hard
There was a lady who said online, but two men came in, knocking on the door, saying, hello, can you open up? I think I left something in your house. And there was another guy hiding behind the corner with a gun in his hand. You know, but the
kids, man, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, so.
Yo, help me in my car without the gas. Can I call my father, my mother? Can you please call me and call the police? It's all a setup, man. You open your door for a motherfucker. You ain't expecting nobody? I ain't opening my shit. I'm not opening my shit. Yeah, can I help you? Nah, nigga. Ain't nothing here for you. Go on about your business. Go ahead.
This is, and it says, and in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that loseth, he that occupy merchandise as he that have no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein.
Right, he that selleth it, he's gonna act like he fleeth away. And this is what you see when you see the store shut down. These people who have these big stores and chain stores and whatever it is, they flee away, they shut the shit down and go about their business. They cash out and leave. A lot of these stores have been doing that. You know, and it's funny because they don't put it on the mainstream media how many stores are preparing to shut down. Unless you go digging for it, you're never gonna know, man. A lot of these stores are gonna be shut down. You know, and I think it's gonna be the Kroger's and Walmart's gonna be the only ones pretty much standing as far as grocery stores and things of that nature. You understand Walmart's a big goddamn chain store already. They're all interested. They're selling up for poison any goddamn. Not the shit they sell out there. All kinds of chemicals, poison that, you know, they're clogging up your arteries, so you fucking swallow it and it goes into your system. You know? Go ahead.
Another one was thing. Pharmacies too.
Yep.
Big chain pharmacies. Walgreens, CVS.
Oh yeah, the CVS down there shut down. That whole strip downtown right there is all. It used to have
Yeah,
stores.
man.
There's all.
We actually had a strike about our pharmacists that were walking out of.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's that selling as if he's fleeing the way. He's gonna go to the store one day and like, oh shit, you closed down? Yeah. With no notice, you know? Oh shit, so that everybody, man, at all costs, man, finish off.
Verse 43, he that soweth as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard as if he shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers, and therefore they that labor in vain.
You see that? So it's all going to come to an end, man. All these things, prophecies that we're speaking, these prophecies are faithful and true. They're all coming to an end. They're coming to a city near you, coming to a state near you, coming to a country near you. Be prepared. You heard it by the servants of God. You don't take no credit for the prophecy. Because it's the word of the Lord that's brings something. Okay? It's just a message. And Lord will continue to bless us with understanding to give these messages, give these prophecies before they unfold and we may fulfill the will of God, Shah. So with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash.
Shalom, y'all. The water.